All right, I got the DJI Neo out here with me on the lake. We're gonna do a little testing on subject tracking and direction track while we're out here on the water and see how it performs.
All right, so that's what I was saying. I found a better spot here out of the wind where the Neo is better suited. Um, got this thing out here today because I remember when the Neo first came out, hearing issues about it tracking over water and people not being comfortable with that. So I'm going to test that out. Got the Neo out here on the lake with me, and we'll see. First, I'm going to have it in follow mode while I troll around, and I'm looking for structure on the bottom. And then I'll start fishing for a little bit. Sorry, right now I'm going to have it in direction track, so it stays kind of behind the boat. And then when I start fishing, I'll have it in follow mode, and we'll see how it does. Like I said, the wind, I'm out of the wind here, so that could be a huge factor. And I expect it to perform well because, in all honesty, when you're out over the water, there's less obstacles than when you're hiking or somewhere on land with trees and whatnot. So this should be no problem for this thing. So we'll see. All right, so we are in direction track, and it's posting up behind us. Having a little issue, a little bit of a hard time picking up on me with this white boat. Really having a hard time, but it's keeping me there. It's standing up in the deck. Better time here. There we go. All right. Now I can see my graph from here, so I'll just be looking for structure, and it's going to be following right behind. Doing pretty well, I would say. Like I said, right now with it just behind the boat, I think this is a very easy scenario for it. Right, no obstacles, just track. So I think that part's pretty cool. It's doing just fine. I would note, clearly it's having a hard time keeping me the subject centered. And I'm wearing a light colored shirt. I have a white boat behind me. Not having an easy time keeping me from today. Keep that in mind. If you're doing something similar to this, that could get lost. You could lose the subject when it just chill down there. Just drop it. You know what I mean? All right, let me slow down, and then I'm going to go back to follow me mode, and I'm going to start making some casts and see how it does with me on the front deck moving around a little bit. All right, got this thing following me, hopefully. One thing I noticed about is these fishing rods picking up. I can't hit crashing into one of them, but I hope that doesn't happen. Looking pretty good. Let's use the manual control to come right with it, and that is that. All right, let's see how to do it. the test and you see what it does. Getting very close to my fitness. So beautiful. I'm just looking for the best. That's how we're doing on batteries.
Okay, overall, this drone is pretty good at tracking. For something like this out in the water where you might want a little higher vantage point and more wind resistance, I would go, I mean, personally, I have a Mavic Air 2. I would use that if it were me, or, you know, of course, a Mini 4 Pro if you have one. But for what it's worth, this thing does very well. And like I said earlier, subject tracking over the water seems a little scary because obviously if it goes down, it's going in the water, but there's so few obstacles that I think it's perfectly safe and perfectly suitable for over water tracking. Guys, thanks for watching today. I appreciate it.